Making sure your kids have a safe trip to school. We're going to take you behind the training course for Connecticut bus drivers next here on News 8 at 5:30.
And coming up tonight at 6, an exclusive interview with Congressman Jim Himes. What he has to say about the walkout during the moment of silence for the Orlando nightclub massacre victims.
Fire crews are doing some special training, an opportunity we're told they only get about once every 10 years. What's involved in it? We'll show you coming up.
And the best pizzerias in the Elm City, all in one spot, doing battle. We're going to check out Pizza Fest. Those stories and a lot more tonight on News 8 at 6. School is out, but classes are in session right now for school bus drivers.
And News 8's Stephanie Simone got behind the wheel and got an inside look at the training they do to keep your children safe.
Behind the wheel, Pam Carlson drives with her head and heart.
I love it.
Imparting the same message to her students every day.
Have a great day, everybody. Learn something new, do something nice.
And these 40 bus drivers are here to learn something new today. They're going over all the changes for the state's commercial driver's license test. So what they learn in this Waterbury parking lot will spread to the 100 new all-star transportation drivers for 41 towns across the state. That includes Ansonia, Seymour, and Derby.
There's a lot of stuff going on the roadways, and the driver needs to focus not only on the road, but the kids on the bus.
These drivers will go on to train other drivers in everything from pickup to drop-off. Brenda, let's go. All right.
Hand on horn, foot on brake, check traffic in all directions, make sure it's stopped, and we're going to open our door.
Plus, they go over pre-trip. That means checking out the whole bus before they step on the gas.
The up and down part.
And they practice parallel parking on both sides of the road. If Carlson spreads the word to other drivers as effectively as she spread her message to students, they'll have a responsible fleet.
One of my 8th graders on the last day of school printed out what I say, and he gave me a printed copy of that. And he says, I will always cherish that you wished me this every day. And that was really, it was special.
Showing good training does pay off. In Waterbury, Stephanie Simone, News 8.
Live, News 8 at 6 starts now.
I never imagined when I sent that tweet on Sunday night saying that I'd had enough of responding to yet another massacre with nothing more than 10 seconds of silence. I never imagined that it would generate the kind of reaction it did.
A Connecticut congressman goes one-on-one with News 8 to talk about the online frenzy he started when he walked out of the House of Representatives.
And an exclusive look tonight at a fire training academy that will soon be shutting down. We'll tell you about the strain it could cause for one Connecticut county. Governor Malloy urging gun sellers all across the nation to stop the sale of semi-automatic weapons on Father's Day. Good evening, I'm Ann Craig in for Ann Nyberg tonight.
I'm Darren Kramer in for Scott McDonald. Gun shops should do it out of respect for the fathers and parents who lost children in the Orlando massacre. That's what the governor says about this. It is against the law now to sell assault weapons in Connecticut already, but the governor is now asking gun stores not to sell any semi-automatic guns this Sunday.
Governor Malloy is not the only political leader taking a stand on gun control. Earlier this week, Connecticut Congressman Jim Himes led a congressional walkout.
312 failed to amend the High Performance Computing Act of 1991.
Himes said he could no longer be a part of moments of silence due to the lack of action on gun laws. Chief political correspondent Mark Davis sat down one-on-one with the 4th District Connecticut congressman, and he joins us live from Hartford tonight with what he had to say about that walkout. Mark.
Hi, Ann. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. Congressman Jim Himes says it all began with a tweet.
I never imagined when I sent that tweet on Sunday night saying that I'd had enough of responding to yet another massacre with nothing more than 10 seconds of silence. I never imagined that it would generate the kind of reaction it did. And the reason it generated that reaction, of course, is people out there are immensely frustrated by congressional inaction. And of course, then you had the Murphy filibuster, which I think attracted a lot of attention as well.
Murphy's filibuster has brought about, apparently, there's going to be some votes next week. What exactly did the walkout accomplish?
Well, the walkout galvanized a lot of people and demonstrated the energy, the frustration, even the anger that exists for an institution, and I'm talking about the House of Representatives now, in which I serve, where you've got 435 people who, with half a day's work, could pass universal background checks, could pass bills like we passed here in Connecticut, which put reasonable limits on the kind of weaponry you can buy. This guy in Orlando was, without much trouble at all, able to get a military-grade weapon.
What do you say to people on the other side of this who say that you and Murphy are showboating?
Look, accusing us of grandstanding is yet one more piece of this fog that people who are satisfied with the status quo or scared that the status quo might change throw up there. So it's up there with the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Well, guess what? There was a good guy with a gun at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando who did not stop the massacre. That we're somehow against Second Amendment rights. I'm not. I support the Second Amendment. I like recreational shooting.
Congressman Himes was back in his Fairfield County, Connecticut district today. He has scheduled a meeting for tomorrow with Muslim leaders and LGBT leaders at a church in Stamford. Live from the Hartford Newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.
All right, Mark, thank you. Happening now, a vigil is being held to remember the Connecticut victim of the Orlando nightclub massacre. Kimberly K.J. Morris was one of 49 people who died when a gunman opened fire at that club early last Sunday morning. Right now, the community is coming together in Torrington at Coe Park to pray for peace. Senator Chris Murphy is there as well. News 8 Bob Wilson is there also. He'll have more on the ceremony tonight on News 8 at 11.
And we're learning more about the wife of the shooter and what she texted him the night of the nightclub massacre. A person familiar with the FBI's investigation says that she asked the gunman where he was and that she told him that she loved him. She and the killer's father are now on the no-fly list while the FBI investigates. Federal authorities are facing questions now after the owner of a Florida gun shop says that Mateen walked in to buy bulk ammunition and body armor. Well, they refused to sell to him and they called the FBI. The FBI has yet to comment on that allegation. You can always follow the very latest developments on the nightclub massacre on our website at WTNH.com or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir will have much more. You can see that right here on News 8 at 6:30.
Fighting fires is serious business, and it takes some serious training, too. And as News 8's Josh Scheinblum shows us tonight, resources for training are being spread thinner now because an academy in Middlesex County is going to close down. He got an exclusive look at their training.
The site of where an old Middletown trash incinerator once ran may seem to be an unlikely place to find a center of education. But this spot has been helping firefighters who work in Middlesex County train for the last 24 years. And today, class is in session.
There's one heavy mannequin in there.
This round of instruction has brought together two different fire departments to the regional fire school, one from downtown Middletown, the other from the city's South District.
It's your first time cutting concrete? No, I did one cut the other day, but yeah, so it's your first time cutting concrete.
Those taking part are practicing coordinating their efforts should disaster strike.
So our scenario is the fire's on the third floor. We have reports of victims inside the structure.
Michael Howley is a captain with the South Fire District. He says it's important crews here retain what they're learning because part of the exercise requires they demolish their classroom.
You can see in the roof, we've cut many holes in the roof. In the classroom section, we've been breaching the walls. Giving a firefighter some experience they don't get to do every day.
It'll be a long time before they get a chance to do something like this again. The school is set to be taken down in order to make room for a new sewage pump.
Yeah, there is no slow. It's full RPM.
There are plans to build a new fire school here on Mile Lane. Fire officials say that would cost around $10 million. And given the state's current fiscal situation, it doesn't seem like that project is going to be getting off the ground anytime soon.
It'll have an impact on us, that's for sure.
Jay Warren is director of training for the fire school. He says with no place in the county for firefighters to practice their trade like they've been able to do here, departments like these will have to go elsewhere, putting a further strain on already scarce municipal resources.
You have to drive there, you have to take apparatus out of people's departments to go train there, and it's an inconvenience. Unfortunately, it'll cost those towns and fire departments a little more to train because we'll have to rent out facilities.
Ask Warren what it means for the citizens of Middlesex County, and he'll ask you to consider this.
It won't be as much training, and it won't be as easy.
A far from ideal situation that these first responders say they aren't going to let compromise public safety.
Ultimately, we want everybody to go home at the end of the day.
In Middletown, Josh Scheinblum, News 8.
There's no word when that building will be torn down and construction will start on the sewage treatment center. We will keep you posted.
A heroin bust in a Milford parking lot. Detectives say that 26-year-old Jason Jacobs sold heroin right there in the parking lot near exit 39 off of I-95 today. Investigators say he sold it to 24-year-old William Clements, who they say tried to eat the heroin to get rid of it. And the police dog found 2 bags of heroin hidden in the pants of 19-year-old Stephanie Paulus. All 3 of them are now facing charges.
All right, let's take a live look outside tonight. What a beautiful evening it is. Look at it, gorgeous out there, and it looks like there's more of this to come.
Thank goodness, right? Here we are on this Friday night, and a spectacular weekend is ahead. Let's check in with Stern 2 Meet senior meteorologist Fred Campagna. It couldn't get any better for Dad, could it, Fred?
No, it really can't. It's going to be just about as nice as you can get at this time of the year over the weekend. We saw a few clouds there from our New Haven live shot off to our north. Tomorrow and Sunday, we may not see any clouds at all in Connecticut. Temperatures are a little cool at the shoreline in spots this evening. 67 for New London, east-southeast wind, keeping it on the cooler side, low 70s, Chester to New Haven. We saw those clouds, and there they are showing up primarily just off the shoreline as you look to the north and head inland. A few showers up there in New Hampshire and in Maine, and those showers will be drying up as they head our way. So overnight tonight, temperature dipping back into the 50s for us. I'm going to fly here in the studio. That's really giving me a hard time with this forecast. Low to mid 50s to start the day tomorrow. There he is. Look at this guy. I mean, it's unbelievable. I did shower today. Trust me. Temperatures in the low to, this is for this evening, low to mid 70s for us at 7 o'clock this evening. He's still around. 66 at 9 o'clock at the shoreline, about 70 inland, and it gets into the low 60s by 11 o'clock. Got a fly swatter over there.
I'll get one. Hang on.
More details on the fabulous weekend that's ahead coming up in a few minutes.
All right.
Poor Fred.
Yeah, he's still buzzing.
He's getting harassed over there.
Coming up here, a bill would use tax information to save kids who've been abducted. We'll show you how that works coming up.
Plus, a beloved school on the shoreline closes its doors.
Also, still to come tonight, taking a bite out of New Haven. We're going to take you to Pizza Fest and show you how it's helping the local community.
And a developing story out of Vernon right now. Police are there looking for a man that they say robbed the Berkshire Bank on Hartford Turnpike this morning. That's that guy right there. And at one point, you can see him actually leaning over the top of the divider to reach into the drawer. Detectives say he's about 5'8", and the teller believes he could have been armed. He did get some cash. If you think you might recognize that guy, be sure to give police a call.
New at 6 tonight, a bill to help find missing or abducted children is heading to the president's desk for his signature. The Recovering Missing Children Act would allow law enforcement to access tax returns. Surprisingly, many abductors or parents who illegally take kids file for tax credits using the child's social security number. That information can help police find those children who have been kidnapped.
Helping the homeless one slice of pizza at a time. We're going to tell you how you can take part in Pizza Fest coming up next right here on News 8. Fred?
Oh, we have a lot of clear sky off to our west, and that means that we are in for a ton of sunshine both Saturday and Sunday. A great weekend to take out the boat or maybe go out on a friend's boat. Some people doing that this evening as we look live at Stratford. It's nice out there right now, but it is going to get even better. The 8-day forecast is coming up.
A sad chapter for a Catholic school in the Hartford Archdiocese today. St. Gabriel's School in Milford officially closed its doors today. The parish had to shut the doors down because of fiscal deficits and poor enrollment. The community came to say goodbye today, and it wasn't just the students upset about the closing. Alumni, too, came by today to say goodbye.
I was the first graduating class in 1970, and years later, my brother went, my sister went, my nieces and nephews went to this school.
Generations of families saying goodbye to familiar classrooms. Parents now have to find other schools to place their children.
New Haven is known for its pizza, of course, and every year pizzerias gather on the New Haven Green for the annual Pizza Fest. It's underway now, and News 8's Sam Cantor shows us how it really helps out the community.
You know that familiar sound. It's the 21st Annual International Festival of Arts and Ideas on the New Haven Green. One of the best events during the 15-day festival, Pizza Fest.
I'm eating pizza. I got 2 slices of Pepe's. I'm going to chow down.
Now, chowing down is appropriate because there is a lot of pizza.
We get cheese pizza. We get, we already have some in there where it's white pizza with vegetables, pepperoni, bacon, sausage, all different kinds.
And the places the pies come from are no joke.
Abate, Delengna, Modern, P&M, Pepe's. So a lot of the big pizzerias in New Haven will be here.
This is just a small sample of the 18 different pizzerias in the New Haven area that have taken part in donating over 500 pies to feed the hungry lunch crowd during 4 days this month. The cost for a slice? $3. $2 for an Italian ice, and a drink will cost you $1. The best part is that it all goes to a great cause.
So the proceeds from Pizza Fest all go to the Connection. We serve about 6,000 people every month in a variety of ways, help folks that are homeless, people with mental health issues, addiction issues, folks coming out of prison. We reunify families. We do a lot of great work in the state.
All right, so I have some good news and I have some bad news for you guys. The bad news is Pizza Fest is finished for this week. The good news is you can come back again next Thursday and Friday from noon to 1:30 in the afternoon to get a slice of pie for a good cause. I'm meteorologist Sam Cantro, News 8.
Well, there went our dinner plans.
Well, next week's dinner plans.
Yeah.
There you go.
Lunch plans.
Lunch plans.
Lunch plans, yes.
Right. Okay. Everyone's talking about this weekend. They're buzzing about. A lot of people have outdoor plans, and it's money, Fred. We're looking good, right?
Play on words there? Buzzing?
Buzzing.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
for
fly.
Is the fly still here?
I was going to get like a beekeeper suit for this weather. Apparently, this fly was attacking Kevin Arnone today during
Oh, really?
during the news.
He's after the weather team.
He's got a little thing for us. I don't know. What could it be mad about? The weather's been gorgeous lately. Upper 60s to low 70s out there right now. 68 for Pawcatuck, 69 for Clinton. A little bit cooler along the shoreline with an onshore breeze. Still an 80 showing up for Canton. It's at actually 81. Manchester's around 77. Notice a few clouds passing through for us overnight tonight in New Haven. And then tomorrow we get to sunshine and a lot of it. And it'll be warmer than today with that temperature climbing to around 80 degrees. So great weather to start the Father's Day weekend, and we'll keep it around for Sunday. We're keeping an eye on these showers showing up off to our north here in New Hampshire and in Maine, and they're drifting down from north to south. Some computer projections are showing a stray shower for parts of Connecticut tonight. I think it's going to stay dry, though, overnight with just some passing clouds. And then we get to clear sky off to our west. High pressure is moving in from the west, and when that gets in and sets up shop this weekend, the timing is perfect because the high is right overhead for us on Saturday. That means we'll see sunshine. It'll stay dry as far as the humidity is concerned. A very light wind out there in the morning, a light sea breeze in the afternoon. So whether it's a soccer tournament or a wedding, outdoor weddings, I'm sure there are a ton of them this weekend. You can't ask for better weather than we'll see on Saturday. And then on Father's Day, it stays with us. That high is still pretty close to us, and the temperature will be between about 80 and 85 with sunshine on Father's Day. We will keep the nice weather going right into early next week. This storm system out in the Atlantic Ocean doesn't look like a bother for us. This front not scheduled to arrive until Tuesday. When that comes through, we'll see some scattered showers and some thunderstorms. So the forecast for tonight, a few clouds drifting through. Not bad, though. Temperatures in the mid-50s by dawn. It'll be in the 60s this evening, but falling to 54 inland and 56 at the shoreline. So a cool start tomorrow, but it warms up. 80 at the shoreline, blue sky, and about 86 inland. A light easterly wind that shifts into the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Really nice beach day tomorrow, and you can expect the same on Sunday. 70 degrees in the morning, say around 10 o'clock. And by 3 in the afternoon, should be up to about 77. The water temperature about 60 to 63. But quick sunburn if you're not careful this weekend. Safe sun time only 15 minutes. The start of summer is on Monday. Here's the Father's Day forecast. 7 in the morning, 62. By 1 in the afternoon, it's around 80. That's at the shoreline. At 5 o'clock, it's 78 with a light sea breeze. 84 on Monday at the shoreline. Scattered thunderstorms on Tuesday, and then more nice weather for us Wednesday through the end of next work week. Temperatures in the 80s most days inland. Monday may get close to 90.
That's awesome, right?
It's great.
Good deal.
Just perfect. Thanks.
Thank you, Fred.
Let's get the very latest with the check on sports with Eric Dobratz tonight.
Live, this is Sports Edge, sponsored by your local Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Best two words in sports, Game 7. And that's what we have Sunday night right here on News 8, a Game 7 to decide the NBA championship. Last night, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers beat Golden State for the second straight game to force a winner-take-all. Meanwhile, the Warriors just trying to keep their cool. Last night, two-time MVP Steph Curry got ejected late in the game for throwing his mouthpiece. Ended up hitting a fan. He was fined $25 grand today, and Curry knows he made a mistake.
I usually aim at the scores table. I was off aim. Definitely didn't mean to throw it at a fan, but it happened, and went over and apologized to him because that's obviously not where I was trying to take my frustration out.
And it wasn't even trying to get to a Game 7. We was like, okay, well, once we went to Game 5, we went out there and being down 3-1, we was like, okay, well, we got to go home anyway, so let's go home and play in front of our fans.
So after a nice Father's Day on Sunday, plop down on the couch around 7:30, turn on News 8, relax, watch Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Could be one of the great Game 7s of all time. Former UConn star and current Seattle Storm rookie Breanna Stewart is off to a great start in her pro career. This week, she announced that she's taking her skills to China this winter. Stewart is signed with Shanghai of the Women's Chinese Basketball Association. She'll be busy this year, the WNBA, the Olympics, and then playing overseas. And after years of just playing for fun, basketball is now her job.
When I got my first check, I called my mom. I think I called my mom or called my dad, and I was like, well, this is real. Like, this is my job. And I think about it sometimes, and to be able to call basketball your job, I'm not sitting behind a desk working a 9 to 5 or anything like that. It's awesome.
Stewart said she's saving her money and hasn't splurged on any big ticket items. Well, not yet anyway. Time for a quick break. When we come back, Father's Day is this weekend, and this guy could be Dad of the Year after this catch. We'll be right back. They're playing catch-up out at the U.S. Open today. 147 golfers still have to finish yesterday's round and then try to get in some of the second round today. Tons of golfers still on the course. The leaderboard right now looks like this. Andrew Landry and Dustin Johnson are 4 under par. Lee Westwood and Scott Piercy a shot back at 3 under. We'll have highlights tonight on our big Sports Edge show at 11:15. And how about this last night in Philadelphia? Foul ball into the stands, and check out this catch. We'll show it to you a few times here. But that dad holding his daughter and all their snacks. Check it out. One-handed, holding his kid, didn't drop anyone, or the food, more importantly.
Look at that.
Maybe a couple French fries fell. What a grab, huh? Just a terrific catch. Good old night at the ballpark. Yeah, he dropped some French fries. So.
Aw, the daughter could care less.
Daughter's unfazed by the whole thing. Can we go home yet?
That is
I know,
too
right?
Never
cute.
watched the game. That was the first inning, by the way.
Oh, was it really?
And the daughter's almost asleep in the first inning.
Oh, it's a long game.
Yes.
That's gonna sting.
Oh, I've never done that before, and I don't want to.
Exactly.
All right, Fred, what do we got?
Well, terrific weekend. We'll be telling you about it all week long in the 80s with tons of sunshine. It won't be humid either Saturday or Sunday. Enjoy.
That's it tonight for News 8 at 6.
Thanks for joining us. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you back here tonight.